Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised. And, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I am Dustin.
I'm Zombie.
Dairy.
Dairy
Oh,
Air.
Oh, my girl's already in the comments, man.
What's
up,
Here we
Pam?
go.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna get the show started here at some point, as soon as Pumaira finds some headphones. But we're gonna just chat for a bit. Did you want to do that now or later?
Were you talking to me?
Yep.
I mean, we can do it now. I mean, you know.
Now.
All right.
No.
Tell me when to bring it up.
I'm like, oh,
We're all going to snort Baja Blast.
No, so no, a little bit of story time. Don't bring it up yet. I know we usually don't share like whatever on this show. Welcome to ADHD Theater, by the way. Buckle in, Buttercup. It's a wild ride tonight because I am in a mood. So last night. Let me back up a little further than that. Sometime early evening, I don't know. My wife was going through things. Garbage day coming up or whatever. I don't know. Maybe we'll throw that away. We'll throw that away. She grabbed her. We had a few bananas left over, and they were a little more ripe than what she likes them. Me, I'd probably still ate them anyway. I don't know. They could be black and soft, and I'm still going to eat them. So I told her, yeah, no, don't even.
Of course, you had to do it. Like I was good that whole time.
No, diddy. So I told her, well, just make banana bread. What's the big deal? There was 3 bananas. So I was like, that's probably about a cup of bananas, whatever. And she tells me, oh, well, I've never made banana bread before. Woman, please, come on. So I didn't say this, but I'd never made banana bread either. I'm going, how hard could it be? I can bake like a motherfucker. All right. I'm a baker. I can bake some shit. So I start gathering stuff up and I stop and I think, I'm like, wait a minute. So I holler at my 2 girls, y'all come help, So I got one of them to start mashing the bananas, my daughters. I got one of them to start mashing the bananas and the other one to start gathering up the ingredients that I needed and everything. So the whole time, I'm getting them to help and we're mixing the stuff and everything. And so I said, well, do y'all want it like in bread form or muffins? And unanimous muffins. So I'm like, okay, we're making banana nut muffins. So get everything, put it all together, and eventually one of my daughters said, "How do you know how to do this?" And I said, "Well, I don't." I researched. I went online and looked at a few banana nut bread recipes, and man, there's some crazy recipes out there with all kinds of crazy stuff that people put in this. So I said, all right, well, I like this part of this one and that part of that one. So I took different parts from different recipes and made it my own. So
you Frankensteined it up.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I made my own banana nut recipe based off of the work of others. So I mean, why not? But by the end of it, they turned out great. Everybody loved them. And I said, well, not bad for my first time making banana nut bread, is it? So without further ado, Dustin, if you'll bring up that screen, if you want that recipe that I did, here's Zombie 13's Brainy Banana Nut Muffin recipe. Let's see, it looks like the bottom's a little cut off. Let me go in and shrink it a little. Let's see, how about that? What does that look like?
Hey,
there
Pops.
You go. So take your screenshots. That's the ingredients list that I went with. Change it if you want. I don't care. They turned out great. The little sprinkle of brown sugar on top before I put them in the oven was, gave it a little crispy crust on top. They were great. I'll do it again.
So one time my wife
Cooking with Zombie.
So my wife makes banana bread a lot, and we're always like, my stepson and I want it all the time. Like anything pretty much banana, like we love. So one time my wife failed about as hard as you could at making banana bread, and I don't know how, but what came out of it was this like kind of gooey in the middle. It was like more bread on the outside, but the middle was like not as cooked and a little bit gooey. And I didn't mash it, but like cut it up into kind of chunks and just fucking around, like being a dumbass to my wife, I started calling it banana surprise. It was the best shit I've ever eaten in my life.
So she made banana nut bread lava cake.
Basically, and it was amazing.
That's awesome.
The problem is we've never been able to recreate it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Happy accident. Oh, yeah. Well.
It was so damn good, dude. Like,
So for the chopped nuts, we actually had walnuts. So I put some in a Ziploc bag and just smashed the shit out of them. Actually, I let the kids do that. So,
banana bread pudding.
Banana bread pudding.
Pops chimed in.
Basically, is what it was.
Oh yeah.
It was like bread pudding, only banana
just don't
flavored.
bake it as long.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, I had this idea because now I'm not going to give you this recipe. This one I keep a closely guarded secret. Is my cookie recipe. They're more savory, so kids don't really like them, but adults love them. Now, there's nothing special in them. don't think that. They're just I don't know. I guess a more refined, savory type of cookie. They're still sweet without being super sweet. But
welcome, Pumaira.
It's about time.
Yay! I altered my recipe and I'd never seen these anywhere before then. And this was, I don't know, maybe 7-8 years ago. I made red velvet cookies. And I remember I actually found some cream cheese chips, like chocolate chips, but they were made of cream cheese. Never found them again until this past year. I found them again. So I made these red velvet cookies and brought them to work for our potluck for our holiday thing. And they ate them up. they were like, "Oh my God, I've heard of red velvet cake, never a red velvet cookie. Now you can find red velvet cookies all over the damn place." Like word got out. So it's funny, I'm not saying I was the first to do it. Surely I wasn't, but nobody, in the area, like, red velvet cookie, what the hell are you talking about? So I had this idea on my way home, a banana pudding pie, but not in the way that you're thinking. Like, I'm not going to explain it right now. I'm going to try it out, see how it works.
So on the banana pudding front, my wife actually makes cookies that are banana pudding cookies.
Oh.
And you actually put a box of pudding mix into them when you're making the cookie dough.
Oh, okay.
Fire, dog.
Nice.
That's all I can say.
I'll have to remember that.
My stepson will bitch his head off for months until my wife makes those. Yeah.
Oh, I know. When I start making those cookies, everybody's like, "Oh, when are you gonna make some more? When are you gonna make?" I'm like, y'all don't understand how expensive these ingredients are.
Yeah.
I don't use the cheap stuff. Like, I use like the real ingredients. Like none of that imitation crap. I don't use margarine. Butter's better. I don't care what you say. Butter's better.
Agree.
I don't
100%.
use oils. I use actual vanilla extract, not that imitation shit that's made from tree bark.
Yeah.
So you use the beaver sebum or whatever. Beaver's butt glands or whatever it is.
It says natural.
All natural.
Vanilla
all natural
bean extract.
I mean, it's organic. They're just squeezing it out of a beaver's ass.
There you go.
We weren't lying when we said this is ADHD theater.
All right.
Next week, we're going to be reviewing the Food Network.
Oh, boy. Okay, so I had an idea.
Cooking with the Thunder Nerds.
Yeah, cooking with the Thunder Nerds.
Gross. What was gross?
Not the gross
beaver
thing.
Yeah. That's a real thing. Look it up. If you don't believe it, look it up.
It is.
So anyway, I had an idea, and I pitched it to these guys, and none of them said anything about it.
No, I thought Zombie gave a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with Zombie.
That's a thumbs up of approval.
Okay, so
not a stick this thumb up here.
Okay, so what I have, okay, so we're looking to get some engagement from you guys, our audience, our people who, dedicatedly watch us and whatnot, and maybe those who don't. But so I want to poll our audience for the scariest movie you've ever seen.
Ooh.
All time. And then, so we're going to advertise this over the next few weeks. And then we're going to get together after we're done doing our Halloween picks, because we have a very particular view of how we want to do Halloween leading up to it. So we'll spend a good chunk going through them, and then I'll tally all the votes, and then the two movies that a majority of us have not seen we'll watch for the following week. So I'm thinking somewhere like in November, like towards the beginning of November.
So let me interject here. November 1st is a Friday. It's also Day of the Dead. So it would be the perfect day to have that. Whatever the winner is, have it set for that week to view them.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Ooh, Pam said, "I Am Legend."
That's not scary.
Please tell me, Pam, that you've seen the original, which was what, Millennium Man?
No, I guarantee she hasn't.
Charlton Heston.
No.
Like that is the original.
Oh, well, maybe Charlton Heston.
Yeah, that's the original I Am Legend movie.
Yeah. No,
where they're actually vampires and not like zombies.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I think it's Millennium Man. Omega Man? Omega Man.
Omega Man.
Okay. Yeah, Omega Man. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Pop's got it.
Yeah, Omega Man. So Jessica says the first horror movie that scared me was Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
I mean, one of those was probably one of my first ones.
Yeah.
My older brothers made me sit through one of them.
Oh, okay. So in the
Omega
Horror
Man.
Movie Madness Club on our network, the Madness Network, they reviewed that. So they talked about that one already.
What days and time is that on? Because
it's every other Thursday. They alternate between Western and a horror. So it's
Western.
One week's Western, 1 week's horror, next week's horror, next week's Western, so on and so forth.
That's my genre right there.
Right.
What's the time frame Thursday?
Once we get out scary movies,
8 or 9,
we're gonna have to go Western at least for 1 week.
Yeah, no, I totally agree because I want to watch.
I may have a horror Western actually. I've got to check it out.
You did that already.
Yeah.
Huh?
Gallow Walkers.
No, not that. That was more sci-fi. I wouldn't classify that as horror.
There
was nothing in that was scary.
So there's a sci-fi Western that I would like to revisit because I've only seen it once. Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once too. We saw that in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I haven't.
Pop says it starts at 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would be 9 o'clock for me on a Thursday. What am I doing at 9 on Thursday?
Dan.
No.
So he says.
So yeah, I can definitely pick that up.
Last night we did Trinity Is My Name. So that's cool. Which I haven't seen that either. So, but so yeah, I'm gonna circulate that around. I'm gonna need to write down the movies that y'all suggested just now. If I can find my utensil to write.
And we'll have to pair up Western with Samurai. So do the Magnificent Seven with Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
Both versions of the Magnificent Seven with Seven Samurai. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
That might be like a weekend review. Like
yeah.
Seems like a longer.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, we've definitely done marathon reviews.
Yeah, we have. But I don't know. So that's what I was thinking so far. So I'm gonna probably have a graphic to circulate and comment and all that nonsense. If I could get all this crap gathered up, tangled.
All right. While Dustin untangles himself, let's move on. What you watching? Anything?
Oh, we got. I think we got Pops popped in. I think I can't get to you.
Yeah, it's me.
There we
go. Look. This would be way too much for me to keep typing, so I'm just going to give you the rundown on that show real quick, and then I'll get out of here. They've actually added a Kung Fu theater now, so every third week it alternates. The Horror Movie Club, Spaghetti Western Jamboree, and the Kung Fu theater. So every Thursday it's something different. It'll keep going back and forth between those three.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, last night we did Terrence Hill. Trinity Is My Name. If you do not know the Trinity movies, they're freaking hilarious, guys. Trinity Is Still My Name, and I can't remember the third one, Boot Hill or something like that. I can't remember, but they're good.
Is Trinity still my name?
Trinity Is Still My Name.
Opportunity.
That's the one we reviewed last night. And we have also discovered that over on Pill, they just show whole movies, guys. You can go over there. I watched Spies Like Us the other night over there on somebody's channel, and I hadn't seen that movie in forever. It was funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, the horror movie club. Then the next week is Spaghetti Jamboree, and then the week after that is Kung Fu Theater, and then it goes back. Every week we're doing something different. It's fun. Check it out. Brian Christgau and Matt Burt, Preston Acevedo, all big time comic guys that just get together and talk about movies.
Nice.
There you go. I'm out. Peace. Have a good show, guys.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
Okay, so Jessica says she just watched the new Joker movie. So Folie à Deux, whatever that's called.
I've heard mixed on it.
Yeah, I've heard the same. I heard it's not getting very good projections in box office, but what we think about box office. But oh yeah, she says it was bad.
Thanks.
Oh,
yeah, I can imagine.
Well, when they came out ahead of time and said it was going to be a musical, that literally took a lot of people's erection and just went. That's the best way I can describe it. Is most like comic book fans aren't fans of musicals. Like they didn't go see Les Mis.
Yeah, I can see what's happened here. Is Lady Gaga got involved and it's like, I'm making this a musical.
I don't think so, but
come on.
I think they just wanted to
they're
try
both
to do
really good
something out of the
singers.
box.
So, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix and in the Johnny Cash movie.
Yeah, Walk the Line.
I love that movie.
Dewey Cox is a better movie.
Yeah. What's that? Walking Hard.
Walk Hard. Yeah. I would have to disagree with that probably.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right. Well,
I'm still on Slow Horses. Last night was probably, or I watched it last night. This week's episode was probably one of the best episodes of TV I've watched in a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was like edge of your seat pretty much the entire episode.
Maybe we'll have to review that one Saturday.
And I'm still on Peaky Blinders. So I restarted it.
There was a show that I was just thinking. I emailed the name. What was it?
Diversion.
Well, Darth Bernie disagrees with all of you and says The Pick of Destiny is the best music.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times him and I were inebriated and watched that movie.
Yeah.
Dude, out where the Sasquatch hides on the misty mountainsides.
Yep.
Like that song right there is classic.
Okay, so did you get to see the witch zombie?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I know you were having trouble finding it.
Oh, dude, when I posted that GIF of whatever the fuck of Johnny Depp, I was serious.
I know what I must do.
Yeah. Cue the pirate music.
Yeah. Shit. What was that thing called?
It was weird. It was hard to find the title.
Supercell.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The trailer looked interesting. It very much looked like a I don't know, like a superhero knockoff type movie, but it also looked like it took itself seriously in the trailer anyway, mind you. I'm just talking the trailer. So was like, okay, that looks interesting. So we'll see. One of these things we're gonna have to find something and watch something for the something that we're gonna watch on the something we're gonna do.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm watching right now Mom, help me, what's the name of the show?
Blacklist. I'm not your mom, but
I know you're not my mom, but
No help for you.
she's probably rolling in her chair trying to figure out, like, reach me to beat me right now that I couldn't remember the name, but that's my life now. Yeah, so it's been interesting. I've enjoyed watching that so far. We just watched The Old Man last night, and we are also watching High Potential, which is actually really funny. It's got D in it from
Always Sunny.
And it is hilarious. But it's also semi-serious cop type procedural show. But I'm enjoying that so far. And of course, Only Murders in the Building. So that's what I'm watching.
Tulsa King.
Oh, yes.
We're on Tulsa King too.
Yeah. I'm really digging this season.
We haven't watched this last episode, but I heard there was an article that it has one of the best gangster scenes since the one with Ray Liotta, Goodfellas.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
I wonder what that gangster scene was.
I'll be interested to see.
Are we caught up?
Yeah, I think we are. Unless that's talking about next week. But
there was something in the last episode.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know if that would qualify.
I do remember. It was very high tension type situation that was just amazing. Amazingly handled. But anyway, I'm boring Pumaira over here.
Nope, you're not.
Well, I haven't been watching any television shows, but I have been, scouting through Tubi because we kind of had, both of us, I think, kind of had a little bit of a blunder with our choices for this week, because yours that you chose expired in 3 days after we chose it, and I caught that, so I watched it immediately that night. As soon as our show ended, I'm like, all right, let me look this up, and I saw it. I'm going, oh crap, I'm not gonna get to watch it over the weekend, so I gotta watch it now.
Yeah.
And then come Monday evening, my Friday, put the kids to bed, everybody's quiet, I go in, I crank up Max, and I can't find the witch. I'm like, are you kidding me? I looked it up. It was like, I don't know, Friday night, maybe? No, Saturday? I don't know. I looked it up and it was on there. And then I come back and it's gone. I'm going, no. Right. So I had to, sail the 7 seas to find it and watch it. So we're going to try and not do that again. So through my scouting, though, I stumbled back across Dread. So I had to turn that on, and I'd forgotten just how much I enjoyed that movie. Yeah. There was some of it that I'd forgotten, and it's still a good watch. So we're going to have to pick that for one of our future shows.
Yeah, for sure. I do enjoy it. And I still want to watch Pick a Destiny at some point too, because it's just a good movie.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's got any movie that's got Meatloaf in it. I mean, especially playing like a very Christian dad,
dude. So how about? I remember I was at my one job, and this is a long time ago, and I started singing, just randomly burst into song like under my breath, like as I'm sitting there working my computer, and I'm just like blah 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 blah, and it was his opening song, if you know what I mean, and one of my cubicle mates turns to me and goes, "That sounds like Meatloaf," and I'm just like, "Who?" Meatloaf, and I'm like, it's from Pick a Destiny," and he's just like, type, looks it up. Yeah, it's Meatloaf. I'm just like, oh dang.
Yeah, he would.
The fact that he could tell.
Well,
that
Meatloaf
from my voice, which wasn't that good, I promise. it was all kinds of terrible, but it was funny.
So I don't know how many times one night we're watching Pick a Destiny, me and Darth Burney. And you know the scene where they're in like the bar and he's got the guitar with the legs, and Kyle Gass is playing it, and Jack Black hits that high note, and blows that dude's mind.
Yeah,
and his brains go flying through the air, and they actually hit the lady behind him in the face. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Amy Adams, who was an extra in that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it just goes all over. I couldn't tell you how many times we like watched that in slow motion. We were keyed in and just watched it like come down and hit her in the face. And he can check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's Amy Adams that's sitting there, and then it hits her.
Oh, that's awesome. Poor Amy Adams.
That was before
Superman. Man of
well
Steel.
known. Yeah.
Cracking open my my Mountain Dew for our discussion on our main night discussions.
Oh.
So which movie do you want to talk about first?
Already.
Nice.
I finished before the show, so
which one do you want to start first?
Doesn't matter to me. I actually don't have a lot to bitch about this week, so I'm open to whatever.
All right, fair enough.
Let's go Stir of Echoes.
Yeah. Okay, so this was my pick, I think.
Yeah, you had mentioned it, and then I
had mentioned it, and then you said, "Oh yeah, we should watch that." And I'm like, "All right, yeah." I love this movie. As I was saying last week, I feel like it's a perfect example of a movie that got overshadowed by another movie that was recently in box office, and that is the I See Dead People.
Yeah, Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense,
which is by far not as good of a movie in my opinion.
No way.
At all.
I watched this after I watched the I See Dead People in theaters, Sixth Sense in theaters, and then I think like maybe a month later, the Stir of Echoes was out, and I watched that, and I'm sitting there thinking like, man, this is so much better than Sixth Sense. It blew my mind. But I mean, and that's just comparing those two movies. Now, whether it's the best movie of all time, I wouldn't say that by any stretch of the imagination, but I did really enjoy it.
I mean, it didn't get anywhere near the credit that it deserved as far as good of a movie it is. I mean, this wasn't a highly billed movie for Kevin Bacon. Like he had kind of been put on the back shelf by Hollywood at this point. And really, I think this was this was after Hollow Man.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, I mean, he really kind of took a break or just wasn't being cast for a while in lead roles. And so I just don't think this was during a time period when he was getting a whole lot of attention. So it just kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah.
But I mean, talk about just creepiness. Like,
dude, don't ask the boy any more questions. Talk to me.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa.
Yeah, it just, that little kid
Yeah.
is so much creepier, and it's not from a standpoint of like he's trying to be creepy. It's just the way he responds to like seeing spirits and talking to them, and like so nonchalant about it, and everything. Just like, oh my
He's just
god.
like, oh, how about this person? Oh, and dude, when he goes up to his dad and he's just like, it's okay. I know you can see now. And dude, that the cop in the graveyard when he's talking to the mom, and he's just like, he's got the eyes, don't he? Not you though. Maybe Papa does. And he's just like, yeah.
That scene right there was creepy because I thought it was going in another direction.
Yeah.
Well, and
what direction do you think he was gonna go?
Like, I thought he was a full-blown pedophile. Like,
oh boy,
the way he turned around and he was like with his little fingers saying hey to him and everything. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
So one thing I used, and I've used this quote 1,000 different ways, but a lot of time in my old job, like we'd be given shitty technology to like accomplish a task. And when I would explain it to people what it was like trying to use those tools, I would be like, it's like walking through a dark tunnel and using a flashlight that only turns on sometimes.
Yeah.
And then he's like, much better flashlight, like talking about the kid.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that shit. But that I've used that quote so many ways from this one movie.
It's great. And so it's one of those movies that I really think it's totally underrated, needs more attention. Hear us, hear our cries. I didn't see Stir of Echoes 2, but I read the synopsis and it didn't sound like it was a continuation of their story, of Kevin Bacon's family.
Yeah, I think it's a totally similar type story, but totally different new characters and everything.
Yeah, like a completely different character with the eyes. But I think that was from like a trauma or whatever that he went through. But yeah, I would like to see that little boy like all grown up, and how has he dealt with that since? Because you saw at the end of the movie when they're strolling into that other neighborhood, he goes like this, and it's just deafening. You hear all the little whispers around him, and you know that was an effed up neighborhood then. Because it's just like everything's coming at him, and it's just like, dude, I would have liked to see what happened in that story. You know, I wanted to see a sequel. I desperately wish they had made a sequel, not the
like a continuation.
Yeah, not the sequel we got, the sequel I wanted. You know?
I didn't even look up to see if there was a sequel, to be honest with you. But yeah, I was impressed. I don't remember if I've seen this movie before or not. But yeah, it kept me guessing. Every time I thought, oh, well, that's the person that killed the girl, and no. It's not until they actually reveal. It's like, oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So Darth Burney just put in a comment that it reminds him of a movie called Frailty. I was actually looking up Frailty before we went live to try to see if it was on Tubi, because I was going to suggest it as one, because it is actually, it's Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, wow.
Really?
And it's like a lesser known movie. It's from early in Matthew McConaughey's career for the most part. But it's a really good, I would consider it a horror movie, because basically it's about this dude who's, killing, having visions and killing people. But yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about like, where could I find that movie before we even started tonight?
Nice.
So him and I are in sync.
In sync.
Did you find it?
I didn't find it on Tubi. I haven't looked anywhere else yet.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's just throw this up here. What are our thoughts? How about let's start with Zombie.
I'll give this one a 3.5.
Okay, 3.5.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it didn't blow my socks off. I definitely enjoyed it better than I remember enjoying The Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
It felt more grounded, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So 3.5, 3.5. Very good, interesting concept, execution, evoking. Fair enough.
I'm struggling to get out of Tubi because I remembered I was trying to look something up and I remembered. So, okay, I'm good.
How about Pumaira?
What movie are we reviewing?
Stir of Echoes.
Stir of Echoes?
Oh, okay. 4.
4.
I liked it.
Okay, great. Exciting, affecting, memorable achievement, enlightening. Okay. Dairy.
I mean, I would probably go with a 4 as well on this one.
Yeah.
It is a really good, solid movie. I mean, the biggest word there for me is affecting. Like, anytime anybody brings up the title Stir of Echoes or says anything about it, I'm like, oh my God, you got to see it.
Your ears perk up. Yeah. You know, same thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's not legendary or brought something new to movies or executed something like extremely well, but I mean, it is a very solid movie that I would literally watch anytime that it's on.
Exactly.
Or actually seek to go watch it.
Right. Like, I've seen this movie before, and it's like I've seen it, but when we voted to watch it, I was like, all right, I'm down to watch it. You know, like I'm down to watch it anytime.
Yeah, so, it's definitely worth a rewatch.
Definitely. Have you seen this one before, Pumaira? You were saying that you didn't see it. You don't remember it.
Nope, never seen it.
I'm sure you have.
But I'm scared to get hypnotized now.
Yeah. So how about that hypnotizing scene? That was just her voice.
Well, just to know that could happen after you get hypnotized, I'm good. I'm good. Nope.
Yeah, I kind of want to get hypnotized. Yeah.
I don't know if I buy into all of that.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty wild stuff. People supposedly being hypnotized. It's like, I don't think so.
Well, maybe when I get hypnotized, you'll get to have a front row seat, and then maybe you'll believe.
Oh, my phone will be out, and I'm recording the whole damn thing.
Good.
He'll be squawking like a chicken in women's underwear.
Well,
hopefully not.
Maybe.
But...
almost seems like he has experience.
I'm gonna also say 4 on this. So just to get my vote in, but yeah. So
yes. Again, she says.
Mom says again.
Now we know
one time. Okay.
Now we know what you were doing instead of watching Buttercream Gang.
What is that?
No, I have no idea what that is.
We're reviewing this movie. I don't care. It's going to get on the list. I talked about it last week. I'm talking about it again this week. Is like a library rental. It's the most wholesome movie ever. These kids, their little gang leader moves away, and they like are do-gooders that do good for people in the community. And the kid gets wrapped up in trouble in the city, and then when he comes back, he's an a-hole, and they like save him from being an a-hole. Is by far the most wholesome movie ever, and we're gonna watch it, and you guys are gonna fucking like it. Buttercream Gang.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, so that's fine. One of these days, we'll watch it. Eventually, at some point. Maybe.
Next week.
All right, so let's talk about The Witch. What do y'all think? Zombie, this was your pick.
Oh man! Oh,
Have you seen this one before, Zombie?
Yeah. This was probably.
Yeah, he told me to watch it.
Yeah, this is probably my second viewing of the movie. I mean, you gotta love Black Phillip. Who doesn't love Black Phillip? I love that ornery little fucking goat. Just
they did Goats justice with him as a character.
Dude.
He was kind of a little asshole too. So
Yeah, he was.
I love the way when they introduced him, the two little kids singing the song about
Black
him,
Phillip.
about the goat, Black Phillip, and the way he's just kind of prancing and hopping. I was like, what's going on with this goat? But yeah, no, it's creepy from start to finish. It's one of those kind of unsettling creepinesses. It's not what you would typically think of, like where are they going to go with this? You know, it's like colonial America. There's a family being banished because of whatever the fuck they decided.
The dad didn't agree. He didn't agree with the church.
Right.
That
so
town.
I mean, the one thing that they left England for, and it's like, yeah, no, you know what? You kind of don't agree with us on a few points. Just, you can leave the colony. So I'm like, wait, a what?
Yeah.
I don't know what, but that sets the tone. So there's this dread that settles over this family. It's like, okay, we're kind of out in the wilderness. We got to start over, and they do. But shit happens, and when it does, it happens fast. And it's like, oh, what the hell happened?
Right.
Definitely creepy for sure. If you haven't seen this movie, do yourself a favor, find it and watch it.
Yeah.
Apologize, it didn't stay on Max long enough after we suggested watching it, but it is out there on other premium pay networks.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
What did y'all think about it? I mean, I could go on, but I'm not going to. I want to hear what y'all think about it.
I liked it. Again, I think that the tone was set very much from the beginning, and you just feel like the sense of like they're cursed, and you end up saying it to yourself in your head, like, man, someone's like seriously put a curse on these people. And because nothing is working right for them at all, and it just gets worse and worse. And turns out the father had to sell the mother's
silver cup,
sacred chalice, her cup. Where is thine mother's cup? Yeah, and that's how they talked. But
which then he lets the daughter take the rap,
the blame.
Right.
So
yeah, the eldest daughter.
Yeah.
As I was looking this up and watched it, and so there's this whole theory around. It's almost like the situation for the family gets worse as the father sins more and more throughout the movie.
Okay.
Like it's punishment for the family because of decisions that he makes.
Yeah.
Obviously they get kicked out of the little settlement. They go out in the woods. It presents all this danger. And then as he makes bad decision after bad decision, it just snowballs from there. And
I could see that parallel. Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
I mean, so Robert Eggers, the director, he's known for making period piece movies. He very much wants you to be submerged in the time period. That's why they used a lot of the kind of like old English dialect and all that, which some people struggle with watching
they
movies
even
that are
said
that
in the
authentic.
they even said in the very end, like it was taken from period pieces, like journals and other things that were written in the time period to make up this folklore. And it's like that's interesting. I thought
Well,
that
and
was
if
pretty
you've
cool.
seen any of his other movies, so he did The Lighthouse, which has Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in it. He also co-wrote The Northman, which I think we talked a little bit about last week. Like, you need to get high and watch that movie, like the freaking Berserker Vikings used to get high before they went in the battle.
Yeah.
Like, those three movies all have a very specific style and feel. I like the style. I can remember the first time I watched this, though. It was with, I think, my wife and my stepdaughter. It was much like our experience with The Green Knight. I liked it.
Yeah.
They hated it. Like, they hated this movie. They hated The Green Knight. But I tend to go a little bit deeper than they do into the symbolism and what was the writer and the director trying to get across, where they're just like, it didn't hit that spot for me. Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah. That's fair. And I mean, I can see that from coming from both angles. But yeah, I know I did enjoy it, and I felt very unfair for what's her face?
Oldest daughter.
Yeah, the oldest daughter.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Thomason.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, Thomason.
Yes,
Thomason. And it was just like,
she got shit on.
She really did. And that mother was just like so brutal, vicious to her, and it was just it was.
I mean, I imagine that's what being a Puritan was like.
Yeah,
your parents hated you for the most part because all you were was a ball of sin.
I think that kind of really amped up after the newborn baby kind of disappeared under her watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, it's your fault he's gone, so you're kind of on my shit list.
Right.
Yeah.
She was watching him.
This movie's budget was only $4 million.
Yeah, it was low compared to.
It didn't have Brett. It didn't have like big time stars. Like, she wasn't big. Ralph Ineson, who was the dad, who's creepy as hell and everything that he's ever in. I mean, he wasn't a big star. So, I mean, it doubled its budget just on its opening weekend.
Right.
And then ended up doing 40 million worldwide.
Wow.
So it was commercially a success. I don't know if it met what their projections were, but I mean, 10 times its budget, I would call a success.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel movies don't do 10 times their budget. They're $200 million movies. They only do about 5 times their budget. If they hit $1 billion, now they don't even come close to that because they're trash.
Oh.
Well, Palmyra, what did you think about it?
I loved it. I really liked that it was a timepiece. It kind of brought us back to what, the way they thought about witches, what they thought, how big religion was, all that. Yeah. Thomason got the bad end of the stick for sure.
Yep.
So, period.
She might have turned it around there at the end.
Well, yeah, of course.
Whenever I watch anything about witches from like this time period, it always takes me back to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where they're like, what floats? And they're like, a duck. And then one of them's like really small rocks. And just like that movie is so stupid, but about the part about witches is so freaking good. And it just how satirical it is about how people viewed witches during this time period. Oh my God, it's fucking amazing.
It makes me want to watch other things similar to it. Like there's that Discovery of Witches with Alexandra Daddario or whatever her name is.
Is that's not a Discovery of Witches? That's the Mayfair witches.
Okay.
Mayfair Witches. Yeah. A Discovery of Witches has the blonde girl, and I can never remember her name.
Oh.
But I actually started that on Netflix, A Discovery of Witches. Watched the first episode.
Yeah. Was
Not
it
sure
any good?
Not sure how I feel about it. I'm gonna have to watch one more episode probably to
Yeah.
get it. But I've seen the Mayfair Witches with Alexandra Daddario or whatever. I actually enjoyed it. Last year when I was traveling for work, I watched the first episode for free on a flight.
Yeah.
American Airlines flight, and then literally I sat there and watched, like, went to my hotel and watched all the rest of them.
Yeah.
So I actually like that show.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's one of those shows that
it's about New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, which is
really?
kind of weird because you don't typically see a lot of like traditional witch stuff based around like New Orleans. Like usually you see more of what, like the voodoo and that kind of stuff. Well, this is
voodoo,
more traditional
vampires, ghosts, and pirates.
Yeah.
You would know.
Right. I mean,
that's his turf.
Yeah.
That's kind of the the team that there's like haunted tours that you can go on, and there's voodoo shops all over the place in New Orleans, and there's historical places you can go learn about the privateer John Lafitte. It's just it's all over the place down there.
Well, that's what I thought. Anyone else have anything else to add to that? Or should we start talking about the movies for next week?
Oh, well, we haven't given stars.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. All right. Pumaira.
4.5. 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Derry?
I'd probably go with 4 again. Like, I think it's another really solid movie. I actually think while it's a little bit more confusing, probably to the average person, I prefer The Northman over this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a really good movie, and I think he crafted his, like, the next 2 movies are better. I think The Lighthouse and then The Northman are both better than this movie.
Okay. Zombie, what say you?
I'm a little torn on it, to be honest with you. I'd probably agree a 4. It's a really great movie. It's not a favorite, but I mean, when this time of year rolls around, I think about, I wonder if I can find somewhere to watch The Witch. So it's definitely a seasonal treat for me.
Yeah, that's fair. And not to sound boring or bland, I probably would do the same thing. I agree. I do think it's a 4-star movie. Yeah.
I'm just glad I finally had a couple movies that were above a 3.
Yeah.
Well, we do pick some stinkers sometimes, but they can be fun too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I even wore like this shirt here. You can't see her because she's a little bit lower, but yeah, see, I got a little witch going on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Movies for next week. What were you thinking?
Dustin, I know you've been itching to watch this one. So, do you want to do Terrifier?
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
Oh.
I have no idea where to find the second one, so you'll have to venture out.
I thought both of them were, maybe not.
No, Terrifier.
It's just the Terrifier and then All Hallows Eve, which is what you explained last week.
So I'll go over it again just in case somebody wasn't watching last week or whatever. So there's a few other things that you can see Art the Clown in, and that's the clown from the movie The Terrifier. If you're on Tubi and you type in Terrifier, there's going to be 2 main things that come up right now. There's the short, which if you don't want to watch All Hallows Eve, the first All Hallows Eve, there's 2 of them. That one has that first short in it. It's all the way at the end. They save it for the finale. It's a series of short stories, horror short stories. Art the Clown. So you can skip that short that's on its own if you want to watch all those other things. If not, watch the short, whatever. You kind of it's kind of an introduction to Art the Clown, and then it repeats with the director commentary on it. So what you're looking for here that we're saying that we're going to watch is the first feature-length film called Terrifier. So that's the one you want to look for. That's the one that we're going to review. If you want more of Art the Clown, you can watch those other things too.
Okay.
So let's see.
Now, I think the third movie's coming out
It is.
any day now, right? Is this month in October, or are they saving it for November? I can't remember. So
Yeah, I don't remember
Terrifier
either.
3 is coming out. It's going to be in theaters, I believe.
Yeah.
If you want to see that one, though, you probably should watch the second one first before seeing 3, because it's gonna,
Yeah.
that 3 is going to tie directly into two ties directly into 3 is what I'm trying to say. One kind of introduces you to Art the Clown through this 3 movie arc, but the short is kind of it's on its own. It doesn't really have, like, they mention stuff that happened in the short in the first movie. I think I remember that happening. They definitely referenced the first movie in the second movie. But be warned, if you don't like gore, you're not gonna like this movie. It's very bloody. It's very graphic. I will warn you. So, but if that's your cup of tea, you're gonna love this movie. All right, so let's have a second. What's our second pick?
That's
The
my
Ring.
pick. The Ring.
Ringu.
We
Watching The Ring, we got to watch the Japanese version.
Of course.
Ringu.
We have to know where these are streaming.
No, I don't know.
But if nobody has another series,
How about
or whatever, I've got one that I've not watched. I've heard about, but it's kind of it's piqued my curiosity more so than has to, like a have to kind of thing.
Vampire in Brooklyn. Yes. What's the Snoop Dogg one? Is it Bones? You
Yeah,
always watch that one.
I've seen that one too. No, the one that I was going to suggest is Trucker and Dale versus Evil, which is on Tubi. I've never seen that, so it's probably more.
That's actually a good one.
It's like
I've
horror
seen it
comedy,
a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tubi TV.
It's on Tubi. I know it is because it's on my list.
I'm interested.
Oh, Willy's Wonderland is on Tubi too. Oh, it's an interesting movie.
I haven't seen that one either. I to be honest with you, I was gonna suggest Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, but I don't know how people would feel about that. Because it's on Tubi too.
Oh yeah?
Who doesn't love Elvira? I mean, come on.
I've never seen Elvira.
Myra's going, no.
I've never seen it either. I'm game. Whatever.
It's very tongue in cheek and boobs and butts and yeah, it's
never mind.
No.
I'll be absent that week.
Okay, so here's this. We'll do share and let me do the thing where I have to do the thing and then boom. Okay. So this is Willy's Wonderland. It is great. It's about this dude who he has like no job or whatever and has to go clean up this he gets a job to go clean up this. I don't know. This. Well, it's a Willy's Wonderland. He has to go clean up this Willy's Wonderland, but because I guess no one will take care of the crew, and they're like, okay, he has to sign a bunch of forms and saying like, I'm not going to sue and all this other stuff. And he's just like, well, yeah, whatever, I don't care. And he goes in and he has to go and clean up all the stuff and set up all the stuff for the next day or whatever. And meanwhile, all of the animatronics things come alive and want to kill him. And it's just like, I watched this a long time ago and it was really good. But Dale and Trucker and Dale versus Evil is really good.
Tucker and Dale. Sorry, that was my fault. I probably said Trucker.
You did.
Okay, Tucker and Dale. No, Willy's Wonderland sounds good too. I don't know. We got some good contenders.
And let's see. Elvira.
Oh, great.
Here's a good one.
Man.
I just found
Plenty.
gold. I Will Dance on Your Grave, Cannibal Hookers.
Whoa. That just sounds cool.
Gold. Look. Yep, right there. Boom.
But
Carrie is the other one I was going to suggest. We could always watch Teeth.
I'm up.
Yeah, I'll be up for days.
Yeah. Sure you will.
Gripping
No,
like
you won't.
like the last time when we saw that one thing.
Uh-huh. Didn't bother me.
Yeah. You don't have nuts. Talk to me when you get those, and then you can talk to me about it.
Oh, Eric.
All right. So
what we picking? What
Tucker and Dale, and what was the other one? I forget.
What does the
Terrifier.
Yeah.
is that what we're going with?
Oh, it wasn't the...
Yeah, I'm good with both.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you want to see Tucker and Dale or Willy's Wonderland? Which one?
I haven't seen either, so it doesn't matter to me.
I'll flip a coin then.
We could
Save
do
Willy
one.
Wonderland.
Okay.
We could do one this week and save another for next week.
Yeah, well, I don't want to risk it now that they disappear off the list. It's not supposed to change week.
Yeah. Usually, like they'll say, expires in 15 days or something like that, and neither one of those said that, so we're good.
They didn't last week either.
Well, to confirm it, you can type them back in and click on them. No, really, click on them and go to their screen for the movie itself, and it'll say whether it expires in so many days or whatever. Because some of them just live on Tubi; they never go away.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them say they're going to expire, and then they
get renewed, re-upped.
Yeah, they re-up. So it doesn't say it's leaving in X amount of days, so that one's good.
Yeah.
And what about
the Hills Have Eyes?
What about Willy's Wonderland?
Yeah. Hills Have Eyes 2.
There's your 30 Days of Night if you wanted to watch that.
Right. What was the other?
Willy's Wonderland. There's the Terrifier, yeah.
Yeah.
So, not Espanol, this one.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood.
Oh, here's the short.
Yeah, that's the short that I was talking about. But that, like I said, that is also in All Hallows Eve. If you wanted to watch All Hallows Eve for some short stories, some horror short stories or whatever, that one is in there. I did my homework on Terrifier.
All right, Terrifier. Is that the one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to play. Dang it. No, I didn't want to do that either.
Oh, why?
Good grief. All right.
Yeah, so that one's still good. It's not expiring.
Oops.
Horror holiday. Okay.
Holiday.
Halloween's a holiday.
Right.
Holiday's Christmas too.
Which I believe Terrifier 3 is going to revolve around. So
Yeah. Or Thanksgiving. We don't have enough Thanksgiving horror movies.
no,
Just
I'm
that one we
disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it?
I'm disappointed there wasn't
Thanksgiving.
a sequel to that one. Yeah, they're missing an opportunity
market.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Thanksgiving, The Leftovers.
Yeah.
Ooh. Thanksgiving casserole.
Yeah, so
Put it all together in one dish.
that one was a fun movie.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we got our movies. Tucker and Dale versus Evil and the Terrifier.
I know you've been itching to watch Terrifier, and I kept saying, "No, save it save it for October."
Yeah.
It's October.
I knew. Yeah. So it's one of those things. Like I was ready. I was like, man, because we were talking about it, and you kept posting memes and shit all over it. It's just like spoiling the movie, and it's like I don't want to say
no,
this.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
I know
spoil
it really
anything.
doesn't.
No, but most of those memes are taken from the second movie. Actually, there is the one where he's sitting. It's like a diner situation, and he's staring at that one girl, and she's staring back or whatever, and he like makes eyes at her or something. Like that one's in the first movie, but I don't think nothing else they've memed from that first movie, like the sunflower glasses and everything. That's in the second movie. And that one where he's, like shocked and then he goes like that, that's the second movie. So,
what was the other movie?
Terrifier.
No.
Tucker and Dale.
No, what was the other one we were wanting to watch?
Oh, Willy's Wonderland?
Oh, Willy's.
No. Oh, I thought Eric mentioned another one.
Well, I mean, I mentioned Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, but you shot that down real quick.
I guess that was it, wasn't it? Well.
Okay, Willy's Wonderland. Let me just double check. Because this very much was shortly after Mandy, the movie Mandy, and it was Film Rise. Let's see.
You wondering if they're connected or what?
No. No, I know it's not connected, but it was just it came shortly after Mandy was released, and that was like a huge role for him, in my opinion, because I don't know, like there was just something visceral about his reactions and stuff. Like I don't know, it just felt really real for a minute. You know what I mean?
Cage is unhinged anyway.
Yeah. and then because there was this one, and then Willy's Wonderland, and then with Massive Talent came out, where he's with Pedro Pascal, and those movies have all been great. So
yeah, there's like something, I don't know, just under the surface with Nick Cage. Like if that switch ever gets permanently flipped, like he's gonna go like nuts on people or something.
I'm here for it.
I mean, it's even there in Ghost Rider, both movies. Like I don't know, he gets this look in his eyes, and then his face changes. You're like, oh shit.
All
right. Well, tell us about some of the other shows. Who's on? What's coming up?
Okay, well, we have 11 o'clock Freewheeling Friday. Get your weekend started right after you watch our show, of course. And then just go and hang out with Pops. It's just a hangout session. We're all welcome.
Are we the pre-show or is he the after show? Which
I don't know. I think he's the after show. But I don't know. He could be we could be the pre-show. Who knows? But so there's that. Then let's see. Sunday we have several shows. Dave Morales Morales' comics has something. There's a let me just look, because we have show offs with Texas Dave and Pops. Then we have a Madness Open draw stream, and then we have Still Toking with Butch Patrick, Eddie Munster. We have random stuff from John's Long Box. Bold Cat Studios draw stream. Those draw streams have been really fun. And just meet some really talented artists. And so Freewheeling Friday is coming up, 11 o'clock. Open hangout. So we all have an invite to go and hang out with Pops if we can make it. I know we all have prior engagements, but let's see. And then rounding out Silverline, how to create effective body horror comics in comics. So,
and that's just the weekend.
That's just through Sunday tomorrow.
Yeah. Come back and see us Monday evening.
Yep.
Monday night. Almost Tuesday morning. Sometimes we might roll into Tuesday morning for It's Frickin' Figures. There you go. Oh, you got another one of my customs up there.
Yep.
That's what did I call him? I'm put on the spot now. Sir Burton. That's what I named him.
Sir Burton?
Yeah, that's Sir Burton.
Meet Sir Burton.
Yeah. Dustin, I have a feeling you're going to enjoy this coming Monday show.
Why?
I'm not going into further detail. You'll just have to... I know you're going to be there. So, but yeah, come back. What time are we on Monday?
10:30.
10:30, and it's my fault.
Eastern. And I think we're switching. Aren't we moving up an hour this weekend?
What do you mean?
On what show?
Fall back?
Yeah.
November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's not October. Yeah. No. So
I just saw a meme saying something like, "Oh,
it's probably for my dad."
No, I don't know.
Yeah, no. There's people sharing like last year's stuff, so don't pay attention to that. And then Tuesday morning brew. What time is that?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Yeah,
11 a.m.
With Lori Calcaterra.
And after that, I get lost. I can't keep up with all these shows.
Yeah, I mean there really are some Monday, but
there's stuff Thursday.
Yeah, there's Wednesday, Thursday. We also. I left out the 3 Beermen on Monday. It's just
and then come back next Friday.
Yeah, Terrifier and
Tucker
and Dale.
You're gonna. I've screwed you up. You're gonna do that all the time now.
Yeah, Trucker and Dale and Trucker.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So we'll come back and we'll watch that and talk about those movies and have a good old time. But any last thoughts?
Yeah. Keep living deliciously, people.
Indeed. And I will figure out how to wrap this up. All right. Until next time, Thunder Nerds ho.